Kalau I tutup Microsoft Teams tak ada apa kan? Sekejap. I
Tak apa, boleh.
Okay.
You
Boleh.
kecil kan buat okey je.
Sebab banyak sangat ni file. Boleh student dah berapa orang dah?
209. Tapi tak apa, boleh start je lah budak-budak ni. Dah di warning dah tadi.
Strictly ni je cakap. Apa, no attendance.
Yelah, ini been considered as time for their class.
Okay.
And biar I start dulu lah ya, Dr. Mazlina.
Boleh je.
Alright, okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, together with us we have our beloved Dr. Mazlina. Dr. Mazlina Zaira Muhammad. She is actually the senior lecturer from our School of Civil Engineering. So as for today, Dr. Mazlina will be sharing her expertise, which is on the occupational safety and health in construction industry management on Osha, and then also she will sharing her expertise on, especially on the explanation on the rules and also function of DOSH, NEOS, and also the CIDB. And the final one is actually Route to Safety and Health Officer, SHO. Okay. Get back to you, Dr. Mazlina.
Alright, okay. Thank you to Dr. Jan Maizatul for the introduction. Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. I would like to share a bit about myself. Is it this one can be seen?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. I will share my link. Later on, you can Google about my background. Okay. So basically, like Dr. Jan already introduced about myself. Yes, I have can say qualification in safety construction, especially for the construction occupational safety and health in construction industry management or SHIP, and also SHO. Okay, so you can go through my website later on. Okay, so I will share with you this one, the presentation. Okay. All right, is it full now?
Yes.
Okay, so it's quite heavy for all of you to really look this topic, okay, occupational safety and health legislation, and I've been assigned by Prof. Dr. CM on this topic, and then I said, okay, yes, can. And then actually I had a old slide, okay, so I just make it a latest version because the old slide, I believe that everyone will be sleepy, especially at the evening time. Okay, so I don't want you to feel so bored. I tried to make it a bit graphic, but it's like actually it's me thing have to understand, because it's a normal understanding because when we talk about the legislation, you must know what is the section that related to the construction safety, especially we are as a engineer or civil engineer who are working in the future later on. At least you have some idea what is a OSH legislation in our country that have been implemented and also have to be complied by our company, okay, especially for the construction sector. Okay, so there is two
Dr. Mazlina, before you continue, is it okay if our student just interrupt you in between of your lecture?
No worries.
Alright.
No worries. You may
Just in
ask.
case
Yeah, sure, sure.
Alright.
Like my style, I like actually if I use Zoom, I have a poll. So I will interact with all of you. I will ask a question and I like you to ask me question as well. Okay. So no worries, you can ask, feel free to ask me, okay, during the session. Okay, no worries. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Jan, for that. For
Alright.
the
Thank
reminder.
you.
Okay, feel free everyone. So I hope that everyone clear to see my slide. So there is two act that I will brief, okay, on occupational safety and health Act 1994, okay, and also Factory and Machinery Act 1967. Everyone can see my cursor, right?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, all right. So if you look at here, there is a number, right? Act 514. And here Act 139. Any one of you know why there is a number here? And so if we refer to the legislation, how we want to address this? Any one of you know? Or maybe you want to try make sense or what? Based on your opinion? Just tell it. So which act come first? Hello? Hello?
Factory and Machineries Act
Why?
1967.
Okay, because of the year 1967. How about this one? Ah, anyone can tell? Nobody? It's okay. All right. So if you look at the number is 100 plus and 500 plus, right? And the year also. So based on the year, we can see that this act has been implemented first, right? Has been gazetted first. And then actually the numbers here, our country have so many regulation. So when they have to present to the parliament and they want to make sure that this act being gazetted, so they will follow the sequence. Okay, so there is other regulation before that. It's like 101. So the first one that they presented, I mean they gazetted, they will be the earlier. Okay, so that's why after 1984, when they wanted the OSHA, so it comes 500 because it come later, right? So actually in between there is so many other regulation, not only about safety, in many other act as well for all countries. Okay, clear? Clear class?
Clear,
Okay.
Doctor.
All right. Okay, good. So actually for this session, for course outcome number 2, which is you need to comprehend with the ethical and professional conduct that guide a civil engineer's professional practice and service to the community. Yes, it is relevant with the topic. And also PO8 and commit to professional ethics and responsibilities and norms of engineering practice, okay, with the WK7 comprehension role engineering in society, okay, identify the responsibility with the public safety, okay, impact to the engineering activities. So this topic actually is relevant to this PO, okay, which is the outcome, program outcome 8, okay. So make sure you take note, okay. So I have to brief directly about the act because there is so many things that you need to know inside the act, okay. So the learning objective for the OSHA, I targeted that you can state the philosophy and guiding principle of OSHA, state the main objective of OSHA, okay, and explain the general duties of employers, designer, manufacturer, supplier, and employee. Okay, that is the key inside the OSHA. Okay. Alright, so the aim of OSHA. So there is a old version and new version. This one, everyone can see the act. This one is the OSHA. I have to introduce OSHA first because the OSHA is being practiced for a few industries in Malaysia. Okay, so this one is the mandatory that they have to comply, and this one is more relevant to refer. Okay, and when we talk about FMA later on I will tell you why we also have to consider FMA for the construction. Okay, so this is OSHA. And then the aim actually to promote safety and health, okay, awareness, and establish effective safety and health organization and performance through safe regulation. This is the keywords. Safe regulation, okay, consultation and also cooperation. Okay, so the goal to create health and safe working, healthy and safe working culture among all Malaysian employers and employees. Okay, that's why we have the act. That is their aim, to create a safe working environment. Okay, so the philosophy and guidance principle. Okay, there is responsibilities to ensure safety and health at the workplace. Okay, lies with those who create a risk and those who work with the risk. Okay, they said. So actually, based on your understanding, in our construction industry, who is actually create the risk? Anyone can tell us for the construction site project? Who create the risk? They said this is the responsibility, that those who are create the risk. Who?
Workers.
Workers. Okay. Who offer to the workers the job?
Employer.
Huh? Lawyer?
Employer.
Employer. Okay, who is the employer? In our case, in our industry. Employer is very general. There is a term in the act, but who is the employer? Huh. Class. Yes, it's true employer, but who?
Engineers.
Engineers? Engineers is the employee. Okay, when you got the project, who offer you a project?
Client.
Client. Yes, actually in this situation, actually in this case, okay, actually client is the one who create the risk, but has been transferred to contractor. So the contractor have the responsibility to manage the safety, which is they have to make sure that the project site, workplace is safe, because this act actually responsible for two both party, employer and employee, those who work with the risk as well. So not only for the employer, okay, and the act actually work as a self-regulation. So there is no limit for how the construction management want to implement the safety management at their site. Okay, so as far as practicable, they mention. Okay, and then consultation and also workers cooperation and participation. Okay, so this is the about the act, the guidance principle. Okay, so the scope of application in OSHA, there is a first schedule. Under OSHA, who will apply this act? They mention who will. Okay, if you look at there is 10 industry. Okay, 10 industry have to comply with the OSHA. So we are one of the industry here, if I highlighted. Alright. So exception for these two industry on board ships, okay, that related with the vessel and about the ships, okay, and also armed force, except this industry. Why? Why they cannot comply OSHA? Anyone? Why these two sector don't have to comply with the OSHA?
Because they have their own law.
Yes, good. They have their own act, okay? And also, if they are practicing OSHA in their what they call industry or sector, they have a different nature. So it will be difficult for them to comply also. So they have their own act, okay? Okay. So take note, it's not only construction, So manufacturing also have to comply OSHA, mining, agriculture, and so on. Okay. So prevailing laws, okay. So OSHA is additional, okay, to other written laws, okay, and OSHA is supersede in any conflict or inconsistencies with other laws, okay. So basically, OSHA, it comes later, like I said, after FMA, right? Later, I wish, when I talk about FMA, I will explain why, okay, OSHA comes in. Okay, so objective of the act, okay, to secure the safety, health and welfare of person at work. You just remind this objective. It's very straight to the point, to protect other person at workplace against hazard. Okay, what is a hazard? Is it your first time here about hazard? What is a hazard? Anybody? Nobody know what about hazard? Hazard and danger, is it the same?
No.
Hazard and danger, is it the same? No. Yes, no. Why?
Madam, Sam, madam. It's the same.
It's the same.
Ah.
No, it's not the same. It's different. Okay. Hazard, danger will be appear if there is a hazard. Okay. Hazard is actually any situation, any condition that can harm to human and injuries and harmful to these three things, either one. Okay, that is a hazard. Any condition, any situation. For example, at the construction site, if you work at the high-rise building, okay, there is an open space, correct? When you are working at the level 17, maybe to work to build the high-rise residential. Okay, so level 17 above or what, there is an open space, right? So the workers has been exposed with the hazard we call as open. That's why we try to reduce the risk, okay, from this hazard. Okay, the hazard is the open space, okay, without protection. It's the hazard. And then if the management put the signage, okay, so the worker will see, oh, danger. You got what I mean? So hazard first, then danger appear. Okay, so it's like to acknowledge to the workers that area is unsafe. That is the danger, bahaya, right? Okay, so hazard is a hazard in Malay. Okay, so this condition at the construction site, if you look at the high-rise project, yes or no? Do you know what is a safety net?
Yes.
Okay, but that is the old style. There is a new technology that can protect for the open space. They call as the climbing protection parameter. Okay, which is they have. If you look at the new construction, there is one panel covered a few floors. So meaning that when they covered that area, there is an activity over there, and then they will move upward, and so on. Okay, there is another technology, so no longer use the safety net. Okay, that is an example. So that is the objective, meaning that the project the contractor is comply with the act, try to protect, okay, and to promote the occupational environment adaptable to the present psychological needs, okay, to provide the means towards legislative system based on regulation and industry codes of practice in combination with provision of the act, okay, so meaning that they have to, this is the objective of the act. So as long as the company, okay, or the organization, they are following there is a definition, okay, that have mentioned in the act. There is some important definition, for example, like employees. So in the act, they will highlight terms first, which is the definition first. Then it goes to the section because they want to clarify, okay, employees is a person who is employed for wages under contract service in industry to which this act. So industry is the 10 industry. Okay, those who get the wages, okay, or salary, okay, is considered as employee. Alright. How about the part-timer? Is it considered employees? Class?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Consider employees because they receive the wages, okay? And they have the contract also, okay? And directly employed by employer, okay? Employ immediate employer who service temporary land to principal employer. Alright? And how about Grab food rider? How about the panda rider? Are they employees to the provider,
No.
service provider?
No.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Yes, no, why? Why yes, why no?
Because they are freelance.
Just now I asked part-timer, you said yes, is an employee. Part-timer is a freelance. So, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, there is a issues with this nature of work, especially the gig, they call gig sector, like food panda rider, Grab rider. They are not employees at the moment. They are not considered employees. We don't have that kind of policy in the country that mention they are employees because the service provider like this Lalamove, what else, Foodpanda and many other service provider, they declare them as a partnership, okay, so they are not being protected with this act yet. That is our main issue at the moment actually. They are being followed their what they call SOP, procedure to send the delivery and so on. That's why this rider like having an issue if they want to bring the case to the court because they are not under employees. Okay. So, for your information, Osha, there is a new amendment, okay, 2023, I suppose will be gazetted soon, okay, so they want to combine FMA with the Osha, so it will become one act, and also they have some major revision inside the regulation, okay. So might be the case, the condition for this gig economy sector will be included in the OSHA in the future. Okay, because there is a main problem as well. Okay, alright. So the contract of service, they said means any agreement, whether oral or writing, and principal employer. Who is the principal employer? They said the owner of the industry. Okay, it could be client, it could be who developer, it could be who else? Contractor, and also include manager responsibility who paid the salary to the employee, include occupier of the place. Okay, the local authority, state government, this one also can be employer. So they also have to be responsible for the safety of the workers or employee. Okay, immediate employer is a person who undertaken the education at the place of work where the principal employer is carrying out his trade or business. Okay, if there is other immediate employer undertaken the principal employer, they consider as immediate employer. Okay, occupier of a place of work, a person who has a management or control the place of work. Okay, who have to manage. Okay, oops. So there is a few, I just highlighted a definition that related to the construction industry. Actually, there is a many other terms or definition. Okay, place of work is premises where person work and premises used for storage of plant or substance. So, construction site is considered as a place of work for our industry. Okay, and premise, land or building, okay, vehicle, vessels or aircraft, okay, and installation or land offshore and floating, okay, tent, movable structure. So this also considered as a, this one is a premise. And plant is a machineries, equipment or tool, appliance, they call as a plant. Substance is the natural or artificial solid, liquid, gas, vapor combination. This is the substance. Why they need to highlight the definition? Because they have to bring this to the court. So when they want to highlight, they must make sure that this act is what is addressed to these terms. Okay, if not, there is so many different understanding maybe. Okay, so it's difficult. That's why they have to state in the act clearly. Okay, and then general duties. In this act, they mention about the duties, okay, for the employers and self-employed person also. So they mention here so far as is practicable. Alright. So as long as it depends on how much is the risk of the work. Okay. So that's why there is no what they call very rigid procedure to follow the safety. Okay. So they have to be as far as practicable, depends on the nature of work. So provide, maintain safe plan and safe system of work and without risk to health. This is what they mentioned. Make arrangement for safe without risk to health in connection to use, operation, handling, storage and transportation. To provide information, instruction, training. So they have to do this one. So those who are familiar with the construction site, you will see the project, okay, the construction project management. Actually, they already implement all these duties, okay. They try to deliver the duties. Okay, any one of you already done your LI? Industrial training?
Already,
We did,
Doctor.
Doctor.
Huh? Done?
Done already, Doctor.
Already, okay. Anyone can tell me, is there any, I believe that most of you are involved with the construction site, right? Can you tell me any safety practice that has been, exposed to you, all of you, being exposure with the site? What kind of safety program or safety practice that they introduce or they implement at site? Anyone want to tell?
Must use PPE.
Okay, must use PPE. Okay, so that one are meaning that the company provide the PPE, right? To make sure they are safe system of work, okay? Other than that, every morning what you have to do? How about, sorry?
Toolbox meeting.
Toolbox meeting. I believe most of you experience it. So that is one of these section 15. Provide information, instruction, training and supervision. So what they are doing, they will conduct the toolbox meeting every morning, daily activity for safety activity. They have to provide the information to the workers, okay, today what they have to be done and what kind of safety requirement that they need to comply. Right? Yes or no? Have you experienced or not? No? None of you?
Yes,
There is a
Doctor.
so it's one of the duties actually. There is a common practice. Okay, and then provide, maintain safe place, okay, safe access and egress. So that's why if you look at the construction site, they are particular on the layout, right? Where is the entrance? Where is the exit? Where is the lorry way? Where is the pedestrian walkway? I mean, where is the storage, the materials, and so on? All of these are to make sure that they can provide and maintain safe workplace. Okay, and then the working environment is safe. And also there is a activity fogging. Yes, fogging at the construction site. Fogging, you know fogging
Yes,
to
Doctor.
avoid yeah. Okay. So they always do the fogging, because of what?
Aedes.
Dengue. Aedes, okay. So that one due to the health risk, Okay. So other duty, they said means having regard to the severity hazard, in question, the state of knowledge about hazard and risk. So they have to carry out the risk assessment. Okay. So the contractor at site usually have to highlight which kind of work activity that high risk, for example, like working at high. So what is their control? So these are the risk control that they have to discover and also take action. Okay. So usually they can go for the engineering control, okay, or substitute, which is they try to make it the open space is not open anymore, it's like a closed space. Okay, so they try to substitute that. High rise is already working at high, pressure, right? So you cannot eliminate unless the client decided to not to design the project for the high rise. They say, oh, I want to just build 3 floors. So they already eliminate working at high risk. Okay, that is the eliminate. And they go through all these, they call hierarchy of control measure, this one, risk control. Okay, the state of knowledge about hazard and risk, a way of removing, mitigating the hazard. Okay, the availability, suitability of ways to remove the mitigate or hazard. That's why if you look at this construction site, there is so many what? Signage. Yes or no? Signed? Yes? Is there any
Yes,
signage?
Doctor.
So signage is
Yes.
signage for safety signage in under which category? So what kind of control they are using?
Admin control.
Yes, admin control. This is one of the mitigate, okay, to mitigate this hazard or risk. Okay, and then the cost of removing and mitigating, so on. Okay, so other duties of employers. Okay, they have to formulate written statement, they must have a safety policy. You will see at the cabin, office, right? So they have to, what they call, place this safety policy, and every worker or every employee have to read and understand, and also can be readable and visible. Okay. So they must have safety policy, exemption for the self-employed person, and employer without not more than 5 employees. So this one they don't have to have the safety policy. You tahu kan safety policy tu apa? Apa safety policy? Yang statement.
From the company.
Yes, the commitment of the company or the organization towards the safety, and who will sign? They have the signature from the top management.
Director.
Yeah, director. Okay. So, they are compulsory except for this exemption, which is a self-employed. Maybe you are the only one, so only you know, okay. And also, if your employer is less than 5 employees, you as an employee, you have less than 5 employees, you don't have to. But there is a condition if the sector, even though it's not many employee, but they are high risk, very high risk workplace. Do you think they need a safety policy?
Yes.
Yes, they have to, by the instruction of the director. The director here in this act, they mention DOSH, JKKP. Okay, Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Okay, so this act is under authority of DOSH. Okay, so if being advised by DOSH, even though you have 4 employees only, but your nature of work is very high risk, then they might ask you to have the safety policy. So it still must comply. Okay. Conduct undertaking in such manner not to affect others person, okay, including the public, even public or visitor also is used. Okay, provide information to a person. Establish a safety and health committee. This one also is a mandatory. Do you know there is a safety and health committee at the construction site? It's one of the site organization. So safety committee must be involved by who? The representative of the employer and also the representative of employee. So they must have a team, okay, and they have to make sure to discuss all about the safety management at site or at any place, workplace. Okay. So this one they have the details. Okay, can see the detail in the act. Okay, occupier of a place of work. Like I said, they have to comply with the section 18 here about the access and egress. Okay, safe accessories. Okay, the use of the plant. Okay, and they have to employ. This one. So I just highlight the section that related to our construction industry. So these all are related one. Okay. So safety and health officer. How much project value must have the safety and health officer? Who knows?
20
How
million.
much value?
20 million.
20 million. Okay, very good. Yes, 20 million and above. If the project costs that amount, so they need to employ or must have in the construction site safety officer. If not, who they have to employ? If less than 20 million, triple S. Okay, triple S means site safety supervisor. Good. Oh, you know already, right? Okay. So you don't have to learn about this. But yeah, that's why you now you understand, you can relate with the act. That's why they have to, because they need to comply. Okay. Alright, the general duties. Okay, there is a designers, manufacturer and suppliers of plant also has stated in the act. They must also comply this act. Okay, so in construction industry, who is our supplier? In what kind of materials? Construction. Many, right? We have designers, we have manufacturers. Yes or no? Class, can you give example? Class, manufacturers and suppliers. Is there anybody here? Why you cannot answer? In the construction site, what we are using to deliver to build the.
Concrete.
We need what?
Concrete.
Concrete.
Okay, we need concrete. So concrete, and then what else?
Steel.
Steel.
Steel bar.
Okay, so all of these under
Material.
Supplier.
materials. Okay,
Material.
under materials, so they have a supplier. So the supplier actually have to make sure that the material they are produced is safe. Okay, and how about other things? What is other things you are using in order to make to make it to build
Machinery.
machineries. So the machineries usually from the manufacturer, right? So the manufacturer actually have to make sure that the machineries are safe. It's like responsibility involved. Okay, it's not only for the construction site, but it's also involved from other parties, okay, which is the designers, the manufacturer and suppliers. So if the workers or employees using the machineries and suddenly that machine is unsafe, so they also can accuse the manufacturer, producer. Okay, clear? Because they said to ensure the plant. Okay, the plant tadi ada statement kan? Tadi definition plant tu adalah tools, equipment, machineries. So all are they consider as a plant. So anything that you are using, you can accuse if there is unsafe. Okay, because of the manufacturer's default or other case from the producer. So you can accuse them, okay? Alright, and then arrange for tasting and examination. They have to do testing first, okay? That's why they need sometime warranty or guarantee. And then provide educate information, okay? The SOP, the procedure, how to use it. And then arrange for the research to eliminate and minimize the hazard. In order for them to come up with the product, actually they have to have done the thorough research. Okay, they already optimally eliminate the hazard and self-erection and erection. Okay. Alright. Other than that, okay, if you look at here, to ensure, this also related to the same. Okay, duties. Arrange tasting, provide education, research. An employee, their duties. They said reasonably care for safety and health of himself and others. Okay, cooperate with employer and others. Okay, wear and use a PPE. Okay, comply with the instruction on OSH. Okay, for example, if you at site, I mean the employee, is it okay if they ride a motorcycle using the safety or not, So
No.
meaning they already, cannot. Okay, so please be advised, it's actually is wrong, if you are using safety helmet as a safety to ride a bike. Okay, that one is only purposely for the working place. Okay, cannot. And if the company already provided the PPE, but the employee reluctant to wear it, so this thing they have to investigate either employee faults or employer faults. Okay, so they must have the evidence that the employee already provided, but the employee is reluctant to wear it. If anything happen, accident happen, so they have to investigate. If not, who will be penalized? Is it the worker or employer? Okay, because they have their own duties as well. See, okay, not only for the employer. Okay, not to interfere, charge or discriminate. Okay, so the related section, section 25, section 26, section 27. Okay, and these are the other duties, okay, for especially for the employer, okay, so they have to make sure that they need to comply this duty. This one you see, person should not interview or misuse anything provided for the interest of safety and health. Like I said just now, they are misuse the safety helmet also can be penalized. So please be careful with the things, okay? And then the safety and health organization, okay? They have the medical surveillance. This one section 28. And minister may make regulation on medicals, okay? And safety and health officer, they mention in section 29 what is their duty actually. Okay, and the medical also have medical personnel, they have their duties as well in order for them to do the what they call monitoring, okay, or inspection at site. Okay, and detail in essential regulation and order, okay, safety and health committee, what is their duty, and detail for the safety and health committee regulation have mentioned here. Okay, so if you look at here, they have mentioned 1996. If you remember, OSHA has been gazetted in 1994. So meaning what? Meaning that in 1994, there is no regulation on safety and health committee has been take place yet. Okay, because it's being amended. Okay, after a year, the act has been amended. They want to include, okay, the organization must have safety and health committee. So in 1996 they comply. I mean they have to follow the rules. Okay, so not at the beginning. Okay, they realize the importance of safety and health committee. Okay, and that one is other duties, accident, dangerous occurrence. Okay, this one under section 32. There is duty accidents. Okay, or any dangerous occurrence. If there is no accident but there is any danger occurrence, they need to report. Okay, so everything must be informed to OSH officer. There is a special form, okay, a specific form to report. Okay, everyone okay so far? I know it's a lot of things to digest, but these are the important things. You don't have to remember the the section, but you must know, okay, what they have. What they have. They are talking about the duties. Who involved with the duties? The employee, manufacturer, provider, something like that. Okay. Just have to understand in what is talking about in the inside act. Okay. Alright. So enforcement. Director General is the DOSH. Okay. So this is the power to prohibit use of plant, okay, substance. They have the power to instruct, okay, to not use that site or what, okay, in section 35. Okay. And has been enforced by SHO. Okay, and also certificate of authorization. Okay, power of OSH officer. Okay, power to enter, inspect, examine. This one, they have the rights. Okay, so they mentioned in the act, in order to enforce this act, they must have this officer have to inspect the industry. Okay, including construction sector. Okay, and then they have to issuing the improvement notice and so on. This is the rights. Okay, and also offences in relation to this is section 47. If they are refused and says an officer, actually they consider it's wrong. Okay. So obstruct the officer in exercise of his power under his act. Okay, fails to produce any document. If they ask to request the document, you must provide. If not, they have the rights actually to penalize. Okay, conceal act. Okay, so they have power. Okay, prevent other person from assisting the officer. In other way, hinders impede and oppose the officer. So this is for the safety for the inspector also. Sometimes it's not easy for them. Okay, but that is their job. Okay. And industry code of practice. The minister may recommendation, okay, to follow the industry code of practice. Okay, so there is some best practice that the industry need to follow. So they might have advised the organization to follow that code of practice. Okay, the approved industry code of practice should be visible in evidence of the proceeding. So actually has been bring to the parliament also this one. Okay, for example, like working in confined space. Okay, so actually the code of practice is almost like a regulation, but they are more detailed. What kind of standard of operation that you have to follow? For example, in confined space, they must have 3 personnel. One is a gas tester, and then another 2 those who must have a body when you want to go inside the confined space. Do you know what is a confined space? Class? Tahu tak confined space? Kan I mention
Ruang yang kecil.
ruang yang kecil. Okay. So kalau you masuk bilik store, is it confined space?
Yes.
So kalau masuk bilik store je, you kena panggil gas tester. Cannot lah. What is a confined space? Confined space.
Tempat yang tertutup.
Tempat yang tertutup. Okay. For example?
Manhole.
Manhole. Okay. Apa tu manhole? Tahu tak manhole ni apa? Sometimes you dah kerja pun you tak tahu lagi apa tu manhole. Tahu tak apa manhole? Is it hazardous manhole? Very hazardous. Is it? Yes or no? Manhole. Yes, it is an example. Manhole. Tahu manhole tak? Yang lubang besar
Tahu.
under the road.
Tahu.
Sometimes it is a drainage. Okay, sometimes it's a storage of for the our what wastewater or and so on. So this one, there is unpleasant gases or hazardous or dangerous gases, okay, inside the space. Okay, so what they have to do, they must check first. Okay, that is the procedure. So they have the code practice for working inside the confined space. So they must have the competent person who's a gas tester. So they have to go first to check, okay, with the equipment. Check what is the existing gases exist, okay, inside the space. Okay, if it is safe, then they have to actually blow first. Okay, there is a procedure to blow the air and so on. Okay, and check again, and if it's safe, then they can go inside to do the cleaning or what. Okay, the purpose usually for the maintenance or for the cleaning purposes usually. Okay. So many cases for the confined space actually, because they thought it's safe, but there is have like I said, hazardous cases, which is when you breathing in a few seconds, like ammonia, gone. Okay, so that's why sometimes fainted. You don't realize, you thought, because air, right? You can't see it. You must do the testing first. Okay, so that's why when they want to do the job, they cannot do one person. They must have body. Okay. Alright. Non-compliance. For the Osha, they have a non-compliance. If you are not comply, okay, for example, like section 15 for the duties, section 16 for the safety and policy. So each section have their what they call penalized. If non-compliance not exceeding 50,000 or imprisonment or not exceeding 2 years or both. Okay. So in this case, Osha has been gazetted in 1994. So that's why the amount actually too small for this time. Okay. So what happened? The new amendment for the OSHA, like I said, which I said 2020 to 2023. Okay, the recent OSHA, they will amend the amount of penalty will be high. I've heard, okay, it costs like 100,000, more than 100,000. It's no longer like 10,000, I mean puluh ribu, okay. It goes for the 100,000 above, okay. Like in China, their safety penalized is about $500,000 Malaysia. One penalty and one penalized, okay. So Malaysia also will impose this amount. So we will see what the amendment that they have been revised for the amount of the penalized non-compliance act, okay, or regulation. And this one for the section 20, if they don't follow the regulation, they have to pay this much at the moment. But in the future, there is no longer 50,000 K. 50,000 ringgit. Okay, they will be more than that. And then the section 25, this one also. So all the section that I have been mentioned, okay, before, if they are non-compliance, this what they have to face it. Okay. And then prosecution, compound, and regulation. Prosecution with the written. This one has been mentioned in the section 61. Compounding also 62. Okay, regulation, they have to make sure, okay, they have 7 regulation and 2 orders, okay, including under OSHA that they have to comply. Okay, so non-compliance for this one, if for section 24, it's only 1,000. You know this one, the one that duties for the employees. Those who are workers has been accused that they are not wearing the PPE. Kalau you jadi employees, you tak pakai PPE, you kena saman berapa? 1,000. That is too low. Okay, actually if they want to enforce this act, okay, they must have the highest numbers. Okay, maybe might more than 10,000, so that people will afraid, or employees will be afraid. Okay, so they will comply. Okay, because this one is too low, because this one has been applied long time ago, and they don't revise it. Okay. And section 27 only for 10,000. This related section. Okay, only 10,000. So it's different section, different compounds. And then fine not exceeding 50,000 for the case of failure to comply with improvement. If you got, the notice from notice of improvement from DOSH, okay, but you are failure to comply, the company have to pay 50,000. Okay, not exceeding 10,000 if other provision, other than the other one that I listed, only 10,000. So it's not much, okay. So now they are talking about to increase it. Alright, the regulation for occupational for Osha and the general policy statement. This one policy statement. This one no need, okay. And then the SIMA, this one is for the major hazard, which is the high risk high risk workplace. So they have to also comply with this, okay, to prevent major industrial accidents. Okay, to limit the consequences to people, property and environment. This one, for example, like the chemical plant station, okay, so that one also is a quite high risk. So duties for employer, okay, they have to identify major hazard installation, okay, safety report competent person, emergency response plan. They have to vary details, okay. Alright. And this one is for the Safety and Health Committee. What is these are details about what you have to comply. They said the workplace that more than 40, okay, with 40 or more workers, okay, and like I said just now, has been instructed by DOSH if necessary. For example, like the less than 5, but has been instructed, you need to have the Safety and Health Committee. Also that one safety policy, but safety committee also. It depends. Okay, how much is the hazard at the site or workplace. To promote consultation cooperation between management and workers, the objective of safety and health committees provide two-way communication, enhance interest and motivation. So these are the function. Usually they will discuss about the safety management at the workplace. Okay, this is their purpose. Okay, like this, they will calculate also how much is the number of accidents or working hours that affect, okay, to the production. Okay, the statistic, you see this one, the analysis, this team have to as possible. For example, if DOSH, okay, enter to the site, okay, and then they ask about, okay, do you have the Safety and Health Committee? And the contractor said, yes, we do have. Okay, can you provide us the document? Okay, if they don't have the document like listed here, okay, what is the activity, safety activity that have been done? There is no safety activity. For example, like two board meetings, they don't conduct. housekeeping, they didn't do it. And there is no any safety reminder or what. So, yes, you said you have the committee, but you don't implement it. That one is considered not right. Okay, so they can be penalized, right? Because it mentioned in the regulation, you need to do this thing. Okay. This one is about safety and health officer. Okay. So this one, safety and health officer, they said to improve the level of Osha, and then it's more systematic management system. Yes, okay, to facilitate, and they have the qualification. They have to be registered under DOSH also, the SSO, and they must pass the exam. So I also took the safety and health officer of examination, and I already passed all the exam. It's if I want, I can have the green book, okay, if necessary, okay. Even I'm as an academician, but I'm still practice my safety and health officer competence, because I also one of the safety committee in the school, our school, okay. So I also can apply, but if not necessary, I can just opt to not, okay, because I also busy with other things, okay. Especially for the lecturers. Okay, and this one, they said they have to see 20 million. Just now your friend said yes. Okay, so they have to have SHO. Okay, and this one is about what? Classification, labeling, safety data set, and hazardous chemical. Okay, remember, at the construction site also, some of the materials are the chemical hazardous, okay, hazardous chemical. So this one also, they have to label, and they must have the proper, what they call, when you want to, throw, okay, the chemical, the hazardous chemical, they have schedule waste. Okay, this one also they have to follow the procedure. It's not simply you throw it, okay, as a normal waste. Okay, it's a considered schedule waste, which is high risk material, hazardous. Okay, and this one they must use standard, okay, the chemical hazard to provide. This one they have to register the chemical and also conduct the risk assessment for the chemical hazard. Okay, and then to control the exposure. For example, like the materials or substance that are chemical at site, they have the proper storage. Sometimes they are not exposed to the opening area. They have to build like a warehouse or small storeroom. They have to label and also close the materials. Okay, it depends how they want to, they must know how the reaction of that chemical. Okay, because they have the data sheet. And this one is the NADA port. It's a notification accident dangerous occurrence, occupational poisoning, and occupational disease. So if there is accident at site, it's the mandatory for you to report, and there is a specific form. This one, if the accidents fatal accident, there is a specific form here, you can see. Okay, they have JKP6, okay, JKP7 if poisoning, okay, if accident dangerous, this one all accident JKP8. Okay, so you must inform, if not, then you are in trouble. Okay, not to disturb scene. This one is one of the thing that you have to take care at site. Okay, so this is all about the Osha only. Is it a lot? Wait, our session until what time? Is it 4 or 4:30?
4:30. 4:30.
Okay, good. 4:30. Oh, okay. It's because we start late also, right? Okay, so we can continue, right? It's no problem. Can we go for the FMA? Okay, is it okay, class? So far?
Doktor.
If not,
Okay.
if not okay, you can go find out about Osha more. Okay, we have so many platform now for you to get the information. Maybe there is somebody who's like YouTuber talk about the Osha. Please go ahead. Okay, if you are interested to become as a SHO, then go study about Osha because this will be your makanan. Okay, when the employer or your client asks about what you have been done, you can mention, oh, under this section we need to comply to this and that, this and that. It's just like your what you can close your eyes, just say that which section is related. Easy. Okay, if you get used to it, it's not a problem. Okay, if you are first time, of course you can't remember, but if you already in that nature, okay, for the safety management team, then will be fine. Okay, you will remember. Okay, for FMA, like I said, this act actually the one. Okay, why? Because in Malaysia at that time there is no act about safety. Okay, and factory and machineries. Anyone can give me answer? There is a big accident happen. This time. Siapa tahu siapa? Anyone know why factory and machineries? In 1967, no? Class. Any one of you want to say? Tak ada.
Tak tahu doktor.
Tak tahu. Okay. Actually, if you can Google there is a sekejap. You pernah dengar insiden ni tak? Sekejap let me try to Google. Okay. This one. Alamak, wait Bright Sparkles Company. Is it this one? Kita tengok betul tak? Wait let me check. Bukan. No, not this one. In this one. Okay. Is it? Bukan. Wait. Let me check. It should be before that. There is firecrackers also accident. The factory. Wait
Yang kat Sungai Buloh tu ke Dr. Mazlina?
Wait, I think so. Is it Sungai Buloh? But this one before that. It's not here. The accident. Wait, factory. There is a incident. History. Let me check if I can find. I forgot which one. But it's not that one because that one is not in 1967. There is a history. I think you can Google later. Okay. Because of that accident, okay, there is a major accident related to the factory. Okay, that's why they comes with the FMA. Okay, because at that year Malaysian has been developed, start with the factory and just started. There is no act exist for the safety, so there is a major fatal accident. Okay, at that time, and because of that accident, the government decided to gazette this act, okay, and then they said that the factories and machineries is a very high risk being used, you know, in the industry at that time. So that's why they introduced FMA, but later, okay, after 1990, because of the Sungai Buloh, I think Sungai Buloh 1991, right? Because of that accident of Sungai Buloh, that one, the Osha comes in. That's why Osha 1994, right? So they said that we Malaysia, the development is not only for the factory. We now have many other industry like agriculture, like mining, and there is no act cover because this act only cover for the factory. But other industry, they are not considered as a factory. How do we that's why they for OSHA, they cover for 10 industry, because at that time Malaysia already the development work, the in Malaysia, so that's why they have OSHA afterwards. Okay, so first, okay, the act will come in, the regulation, when you have the issues, a problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Once the accident happen, baru nak take action. Okay, so they must have the big accident. Hello? Ada ke tak ada ni?
Ada. Dia macam hang. Ada lag.
Osha. Wait, the Osha comes in. Everyone can see the slide? Yes? So for this learning objective for FMO, MA, and then understand regulation, this one, 25, 26, and only BOWAC. We call BOWAC, building operation, work engineering construction. They have specific. But this one has been introduced in 1986, not in 1967. So meaning that they already identified that construction industry at that time is very high risk, and we are being developed. At that time, many construction has been run, okay, during this year. I think start to be massive project, okay, in Malaysia, the housing area and so on. Okay, so they have introduced this year. Okay, after 20 years later. Okay, trees with respect matters relating to safety and health and welfare. Okay, this is only their target. Okay, and then registration and inspection to provide means of registration and inspection of factories and machineries. So any machineries, they must have the registration. Okay, we will see what kind of registration later on. Okay, so the scope of application only for factory. Okay, so the construction site they consider as a factory. Because construction site using machineries, so they also is part of the industry. They have to comply, and they have BOWAC regulation site. This one assumption for this one. The station is a factory. So they say any premises, okay, that have a person employed, okay, that doing this thing. So construction site actually is like a factory. It's just like they are dynamic, and they are not what they call a static. Okay, they will every monthly or weekly been changed the layout just like that, but they are doing this thing. Okay, constructing, fitting, and adjusting. So they consider as a under factory. Then include any premise or building operation. They said work of engineering also they consider. But they are not for the garage. This one less of 5%, they are not considered as a factory. So factory is actually quite massive place, workplace area. Okay, including building and place. Okay, means solid, liquid. This talk about article. Okay, and then in this one, machineries. What is the machineries? Machineries includes a steam boiler, unfired pressure vessel. All of these have in factory. Many factory using these things. Okay, and this one is a very high risk. They can blast. This one also pressure also. All the pressure vessel is very high risk. Okay, that's why they must conduct in a proper way. Prime mover and so on. This another machineries. Many, right? And quite risky. This one is driven by manual power. They are not included. Usually the machineries is automation. Okay. Steam boiler is any closed vessel in which steam is generated under pressure greater at the atmospheric pressure. That's why it's a very high risk, this one. And they are using in the factory for the production purpose. Okay. Hoisting machine. Okay. Any lifting or crane and so on. You see, these are the type of hoisting machine. Okay. Who knows about lift? Lift, you know lift? The lift that we use at the site sometimes, the warehouse. That lift, is it considered uh, 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 what can be used for thing?
Yes.
Actually, they are not. They are only for the organized only. That's why they are using at the warehouse. They are not for lifting goods. That's why if they are, because they have the capacity, if they are overload, they can, misuse actually. So the purpose is not for lifting. It's just for rearranging. Okay. So many people thought that that one is for lifting. No, it's not. Okay. Alright. So this one power of they have inspector also. Say like any factory to inspect, examine any documents, keep. Okay. Take samples, materials, and so on. Okay, you can reach here. Okay. So under FMA, like I said, the objective is for provide the safety, health, and welfare. So they must make sure that the duties is all the time maintain the safety appliance and machinery. So they must make sure the machinery is in a good condition to be used. Okay. And the person employed not to misuse and so on. They must use the PPE. Okay. Cannot act like this is a duty for the employee also. Okay. And provision related on, make sure that the foundation floor roof can sustain the load. So the factory, they have to make sure it's safe. Okay, the floor platform, safe access and grass. That's why when they want to design the factory, it's actually in a good must be in a proper way. I mean, in safe way. Okay, construction of machineries. Part of machineries. One is any provision on safety. So they must have this certificate for all the machineries. PMA, mesin angkat, mesin tekanan, mesin dandang in Malay. They must have this certificate, pelesenan. PMD. So these are steam boiler. So these three high risk machine that they need a certificate of fitness. So they have valid like 1 year and a half, and then Dodge have to see either you renew or not the certificate of fitness. This one 15 months. Is it 1 year and 3 months? So they must valid the CF. And according to health, okay, or health is make sure the factory keep clean and so on. Okay, ventilation, suitable light, okay, temperature, okay, sanitary, okay, the facilities, educate PPE. So they must be comply this one, and also welfare. They consider to educate suitable the accommodation for clothing and then safe drinking water and first aid. Actually, these are the mandatory welfare. That's why every construction site you see, they must have the canteen, and they should provide the drinking water, and they must have the first aid as well. Okay, and they talk also about the person in charge or competence. So they must have the competent persons who in charge the machineries, who handle the machineries must be trained person. You cannot hire the person who are not competent and young person like less than 16 years old. Cannot the machineries. So you must be competent person, and you must have the like a training certificate, okay, or license okay, and then undertaking this BOWEC okay, you must have this kind of notification related to the construction activities. Okay, if you want to register the machineries, they have the platform to do the application and so on. So it's not simply all the machineries, the one they have to be registered like a birth certificate. Okay. And if the machinery is longer use, you also need to notify. Everything need to be informed. Okay, so if you are not comply, this one has been revised, I think, FMA, this one, you see the amount, 250,000 or 5 years in prison. Okay, if you fail for section 39 or continuing offence, 2,000 per day. So what is the section 39? Have to go again. Where is it? I also can't remember is that I mentioned? Okay, we have to look at, there is under section 39. I suppose this one failed to comply the notice given. Okay, so maybe there is you are not notified. Okay, so you can be penalized. Okay, fined 150,000. If not operate the machine. Okay, section 19 with valid certificate of fitness, CF, tak ada CF like PMD, the steam boiler, pressured the pressure vessel, okay, and lifting machineries. This one you have to comply. If not, being penalized this much. Okay, fine not exceed 50,000 for what? If other provision that you are not follow the other section, this much. That one the highest lah. Okay, and this one you are not given notice also. Okay, so this one 100 If you are not reporting for the accident, if you are occupied the factory but you didn't inform, and the installation of machinery. Okay, if you are not registered the machine, this one, and also yeah, so many things related to the machineries and factory activity. So 50% of penalty not comply. And what else? The certificate of competence examinations. This one also. Okay. Sorry, the data. I mean the features. Okay, electric passenger and good lift also. This one also you need to make sure that apply the electric passenger. You have to apply the crane and hoist. Okay, procedure. There is a procedure. That's why there is an accident also with the good lifting. Good lifting means they are using for the material lifting, and if they are overload, okay, and it fail, so it can cause the accident. And then fencing and of machineries safety. This one you must make sure that there is a fencing gardens for the machineries part. Okay, and also make sure that all the use of the machineries have the guarding, for example, for the safety. Okay, and notify the certificate. This is the detail of the regulation. Just now I just highlight, but this one is the detail for, okay, which form. Okay, before install you have to fill up this form. So many work, so it's not easy, okay, to comply. Okay, person in charge also, you need the machinery person in charge and so on. You need the record. Okay, and then about the safety, health and welfare. Okay, basically the organization, they must have this practice housekeeping, okay, fencing, fire control, okay, working at a high confined space, they have to be, and then make sure it's suitable lighting. And then this one is drinking water, provide, okay, the same thing about the welfare. In FMA also they have noise. So that's why in the construction site, they have time limit when they have to do the activities. It depends on the construction area. If you are next to the hospital, can you imagine how do you want to do the construction work? So you might have to have the cupboard, or you must have to check what is the exposure limit of the noise, and you must also arrange the time when to conduct the activities as well. Okay, so that you must follow this kind of regulation, comply. And then mineral dust also. Okay, and then what else? The BOWAC, this one. You must follow all the details that has been highlighted under BOWACs. Okay, so BOWAC, there is so many detailed regulation. For example, like shoring. Okay, how much is the height? How much is the space that you need to put the shoring? Okay, uh, and there is so many activities related to the engineering. It's a lot, so it's not enough for you to learn in 1 hour and a half. Okay, actually this course is took this session actually it took like 2 days maybe, okay, to be complete, or maybe more than that actually. Okay, like 1 week to complete, to understand. Okay, so that's all is about content of all FMQ, everyone. So how so far? Boring? Hello?
So far good, Doctor.
Any question?
Of course have question.
Doktor nak tanya berkenaan pasal Osha, ada tak Osha ada tak ujian?
Ada. For SSO.
Ya.
Yes, they have under module 2, if I'm not mistaken. They have 4 modules. Ada. Sekejap Ada. So you kena faham, you kena tahu betul module 2. This one. Exactly. Nampak tak?
Nampak.
So you memang kena learn pun Osha ni. So you cannot avoid. This is the mandatory. Is the main thing that you should know as the competent person. You must really understand about Osha. So ada. So dia akan tanya everything about berapa penalty. Okay. Which form nak register, kalau nak notify. Banyak, a lot, you see, a lot. I ada buat notes lagi, nampak? I kena buat notes lagi nak alignkan dengan act ni, nampak? So which section is related to the construction, especially SSO is more on the construction kan. So the memang related to the which section lah. Okay.
Dr. Mazlina, apa this year tak ada yang macam you share last year yang ada apa tu untuk student ambil SSO punya program tu? Tak ada? This year. Kalau ada boleh sharing dengan student ni. Kalau dia boleh join.
Itulah, I tengah cari mana slide tu. Slide tu anda apa I lupa je. EIS Ada. Okay, sebab I buat yang baru ni kan. Sekejap Saya ni more detail lah. Last time I just brief very general kan. Sekejap, okay. Ramai yang nak tahu pasal safety ke? Sekejap. SSO ke? Sekejap Let me share my screen. Nampak ke?
Nampak. Root ni.
Okay, kejap. Okay.
Again, this one quite interesting juga untuk bakal-bakal engineer ni. Kalau dia nak ke arah ni kan.
You all ni yang interested those yang interested nak ambil SSO, feel free to take it, okay? Because this one is nothing to lose. But I ambil free sebab kenapa dia hilang-hilang? Sekejap. I ambil free sebab under state government. Nanti I tunjuk website dia. Okay, so this one dia ada kompetensi punya proses ni. SSO you memang kena ambil dengan NIOSH 22 hari. Ni yang standard we are talking standard dengan NIOSH 22 hari. Dia ada lagi training provider yang boleh deliver this one, but exam memang you kena buat kat NIOSH. Okay. Training ni dekat mana-mana training provider. Yang paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. These 3 papers is ada modul lah. Dia ada modul 1, modul 2 pasal OSH legislation, modul 1 pasal OSH management. Okay. Modul 3 pasal occupational safety and health and industrial hygiene, and modul 4 pasal occupational safety. Yang ni berkenaan dengan high-rise. You kena buat report, you kena present. Paper 4 yang ramai orang fail. Paper 1 to 3 based on the module lah, ada connective Paper 4 ni you kena present, you kena prepare the report, prepare presentation slide, you kena conduct high-rise.
Paper 4 ni dia macam bagi kita situation ke so that we can present the high-rise?
Dia panggil workplace assessment, WPA. Maknanya you kena relate dengan the real site. Okay, kalau you kerja dekat construction, you pilih salah satu hazard risk activity, work activity yang paling high risk, atau yang ada, you kena present 3 safety risk dengan 2 safety health tak silap So you kena prepare. So you kena tunjuk macam mana you nak control. Okay. So yang
Alright,
tu
okay, thank you.
level 4. And then you kena ada 3 tahun experience in safety baru you boleh apply Green Book. If not, you just pass all this exam but you are not competent. You just lulus exam je. Tapi kalau you nak Green Book ni, you kena ada 3 tahun experience and you kena submit report to DOSH. Dia ada requirement dia lagi. Dia ada list dan baru you boleh register under DOSH. Yang tu yang high paid lah. Highly paid. Okay. Ni I nak share. This one. Kejap I buka. So that link nanti I masukkan sekali dalam slide. Kejap Let me share this website. Buat dia buka lain-lain This one. Nampak tak? Ini yang I ambil free. So dekat States, nampak ni. Kismet apa ni semua ni adalah badan-badan yang boleh you apply untuk dapatkan scholarship buat safety and health officer. Dia ada lagi competence course yang lain. Tapi I ambil SSO under this one. Under Puspa 3 ni. Johor Skill Development Center. So I dapat free. Dia cover 20,000 padahal NIOSH 5,000 je kan nak ambil SSO. Tapi dia ada bagi sertifikat lain. Macam fire, first aid, AJST lagi ada few lah. And then 6 bulan you kena ambil untuk this training. 3 bulan kelas, 3 bulan lagi you attach dengan industri. Sebab tu I ada dekat Johor Port. I practice the safety. So this one syarat dia you kena jobless. Sebab you kena commit 6 bulan tu. Dia nak orang yang committed boleh. Ada certain agency ni dia bagi allowance. Macam tempat I Johor dia dah tak bagi dah. Dia support free je lah. Yuran je free.
Student ni dia orang nak habis ni. So lepas tu sekejap dia akan jobless lah tu. So dia boleh so they can go for this one while waiting for the job.
You ikut negeri-negeri ni. Kalau dekat Sarawak ni apa? Siapa punya? Ni dekat mana? Negeri Sembilan. Ni dekat Melaka ni Terengganu Skills. Apply lah Pahang Skill. Rugi kalau you tak follow up. Dia ada Facebook tak silap I diorang ni masing-masing. Ni Sarawak Skills. Apply kat sini. Dia ada banyak lagi competence courses. Tak semestinya SSO. Especially untuk you all engineering. Many. Okay. Clear? Yang ni I punya session kali ni memang detail sikit lah. Memang you memang dah ambil part of the module 2 punya SSO. Actually. I dah ambil sebab itu adalah antara content untuk triple S. You nak ambil triple S pun boleh. I tak sure ikut negeri lah apa they offer. Dia depends on the training center state. Yang tu kira state government punya fund So please feel free to apply. Okay. And kalau you all tak dapat kerja lagi, jangan buang masa. Apply. Dia ada, macam I pergi tu ada interview. Dia ada application dia ada opening dia. You kena alert. So sebab UiTM masa tu tak panggil placement. So I tak nak wasting time. I apply je lah. So nasib baik sempat. Habis tu baru I masuk UiTM. So I have the experience. Which is good lah. I paling tua dalam kelas tu. Sebab yang lain semua yang jobless, yang muda-muda kan. I nak dapat training.
Paling tua tapi paling bijak. Tak apa.
Lepas tu nak dapat tempat LI pun sendu je. I orang last nasib baiklah Johor Port accept. Kalau tak, I tak tahu siapa nak. Sebab dia tengok umur kot. 30 apa minta LI lagi. Macam pelik kan. Rupanya bila tanya kenapa you all boleh accept, dia kata sebab kita orang nak tengok macam mana trainee yang ada PhD ni berfikir. So diorang sebab saya tak tipu lah dalam CV. Kita kena bagi tahu 4 tahun apa. Takkan 4 tahun I jobless. 4 tahun
sangat
So memang I jujur lah. Sebab tu tak ramai yang ambil. Tak ada ambil pun. Yang ambil memang Johor Port je masa tu. So tapi experience dekat Johor pun memang worth it lah sebab dia multi-purpose port, okay, satu-satunya kat Malaysia yang big, and then you learn a lot. Dia ada dangerous cargo jetty. I've been to all the type of vessel. Semua saya masuk, semua saya naik, saya kena bagi safety talk, briefing dekat siapa yang datang. So I dah naik macam-macam kapal. Kapal yang macam apartment pun ada. Maknanya kapal tu dia bentuk apartment ni, tapi sekapal sebab dia
Macam
provide
rumah.
accommodation. Dia provide accommodation for oil and gas, I think. So kita orang bagi safety briefing. I masuk dalam tu, brief. Diorang kena brief kat we all juga apa safety diorang. Macam tu lah. Interesting lah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Semua ni yang tengah menunggu ni nak habis bagi beberapa bulan dan go
Take
for this. Sementara, right? While
betul.
waiting for a job.
Yeah. Ada chance. Tak ada ke? You all ni.
Ada question tak? Any other questions?
Tahulah nak buka, nak pergi bazar.
Doktor, saya dengar UiTM ada buka kos untuk student apply untuk apa tu? Triple S.
Ada dekat under UTM. Ada. Yang tu you kena alert. Selalu dia ada blast. Biasa you all ada group kan? Dia orang ada blast kan? All this while. Cuma maybe tak kena time you all lah kan sekarang. Dia ada slot lain.
Hari tu dah buat on January kan? Last
Dia
bulan
ada
January kalau tak silap.
Dia ada monthly, sometimes depends on the fund tu lah. Yang ada triple S. Bukan.
Yang tu pun free, right?
Free. Yang tu under KPP. So you all kalau ada masa memang dia ambil yang new batch ni. So you all alert. Diorang akan blast tu. So apply. Yang tu free. Kat sini lah. Kat Shah Alam. Siti Alam kot. Ya betul, dia punya training center tu. So kena commit sikit lah. Memanglah dah free kan? Mana? Takkan semua nak sponsor kena tanggung tempat tinggal kadang. Tu kena duduk dengan abang ke kakak ke family. Pandai lah nak hidup kan. Buat part time ke. Yang tu ada. Okay, any other questions? Berapa ni? 200 kata 400. Mana lagi 200?
Itulah nak kena budak-budak ni. Supposedly 400 tak apa. Ini first time ni mereka tak aware lagi. Tak apa. Kita lagi time. Next time tahulah.
Ada lagi lecture? Yang lain?
The other two is actually Dr. Azlan. And then Prof dengan Cik Zul lah. Cik Zul kita daripada Pasir Gudang.
Oh, okay.
4 orang je kali ni walaupun student yang 400, lecturer ni pun 4 orang je.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Thank you very much Dr. Mazlina.
Welcome.
For the information, for the sharing session, especially for your experience. Alright, before we end our webinar today, I would like actually for the group to open their screen so that we can actually take picture together. Please student yang lain terbuka sikit gambar-gambar you all. Buka screen. Ni Encik Zul kita daripada Pasir Gudang. Okay, Cik Zul nanti dah ready bagi tahu ya. Cik Zul tangkap gambar
Sekejap lagi lah. Lagi dia orang buka dulu semua.
I pakai yang apa ni, scene ni nampak You all sama
Nampak apa?
Yang I pakai scene together mode ni. Together mode. Kat skrin I dulu dah.
Oh, kita orang punya tak? Tak nampak.
Oh, tak nampak. You all boleh play ni yang together mode tu. View tu.
Okay, demo.
Ada dekat atas tu, Togi the mode. Siapa yang nak screenshot lah. Sudah akan nampak dalam scene lain-lain. Semua buka ke? Sekejap I tunjuk gambar tu I share dengan Prof. CM. Mana ni yang lain? Cepat. Nak pergi bazar.
Prof CM dia dalam kereta dia tak boleh nak buka dia punya ni. Dia tengah drive.
Okay.
Yang lain ni, diorang ni tak tahulah malu ke apa ke. Ni.
Okay, cepat.
Okay, ready eh?
Right.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Lagi.
Student don't forget to tick your class attendance. We will double check your class attendance dengan listing daripada kita punya meet team ni, dan saya akan tolak siapa yang just tick the attendance but didn't come, because from the attendance it's only around 223 person sahaja yang datang. So kami akan check satu-satu for this time around. Okay. So for Dr. Mazlina, thank you very much for your time for the session.